Afterburn opened in 1999 as Top Gun the Jet Coaster at Carowinds, which sits on the border of North and South Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Fort Mill, South Carolina. And this is my review of Afterburn. Let's start off with some ride facts. This coaster sits at 113 feet tall, reaches speeds of 62 miles per hour, and has a track length of over 2,256 feet, I believe. Has some great elements, as I would point out, as the Batwing, the vertical loop, the zero G roll, and the corkscrew. So let's go ahead and get started with my opinion of this ride. So you start out as in the station, you start out with clear for takeoff. It's clear for takeoff, not clear to take off. You ascend your 113-foot lift hill, go into a little B&M invert pre-drop, because this opened to 1999, not in the 2000s. You bank rightward over the parking lot. You go down into your vertical loop, which is the first inversion of this ride. It's probably my favorite part, or second favorite part. Then you go through an Engelmann. It's kind of forgettable. It's okay. Then you go through your zero G roll, which is pretty whippy. Not as whippy as Montu, though, and Flight Deck. Then you go through your Batwing. Every time I go through this element, my legs are numb. Every single time. Then you get a little airtime brace before you whip into this corkscrew to the right. Then you go through this upwards helix. Then you go ahead and slam into the brakes. It's a very short ride. I don't think the duration's more than about 2 minutes from the time you leave the station to the time you hit the brakes. So, Afterburn is a really fun ride. I will say my favorite parts of this ride are the vertical loop. The drop is pretty fun. It's pretty just forceful. Other than that, drop doesn't really do much, but the vertical loop is really fun. The trenches are super cool, super fast. The zero G roll is kind of forgettable to me because I'm just not thinking about the zero G roll. What I'm thinking about is the Batwing. Going into the Batwing is super cool. You dive down through a trench. You come out of the trench. Your legs are usually going to be numb. This is where you reach, I think, 4.2 Gs. Then you go over a little camelback. It doesn't do anything. Then you go through your corkscrew again. Super fun. You will get headbanging on the yellow train. Yellow train does not ride very well. It like shakes going up the lift hill. It's not rough. It doesn't impact the ride experience, but you will get some headbanging on the corkscrew, depending on where you sit too. I actually have not done this in the back row, so I will have to do it next time I go to Carowinds. So I've only rode this in the front, and I think the farthest back I went was row 5, which that was assigned seating. But I stick to the front, but I'm going to try the back next time. I've read this so many times, and I just never went to the back. But anyway, now let's go ahead and talk about operations with this ride. Operations are not very well. They're always running 2 trains, so it's never one train. But with the 2 trains, they stack pretty much every time. It's because they don't have great dispatches because they have bins on the ride platform, and it takes a moment for the restraint to actually lock in place because it's a ratchet restraint and it's not hydraulics, so they have to lock the restraint. That takes a moment, and by the time everybody's loaded after the bins, the train has already pretty much hit the first set of service brakes, and it's rounding that curve. And by the time the floor drops and the train dispatches, the train is already on the transfer. It's not on the service brake, because last year and the year before, it used to park on the brakes before the transfer, but now it parks fully for some reason. I don't know why they did it. And also, if you want ride photos for this ride, too bad. Things never open. This ride and Some of the others are never open. This one especially, you got about just as good of luck as the south gate being open, and that gate is under the Batwing. It's never open. I think the only times they open it is for special events, Scarowinds, Winterfest, maybe, and really slammed Saturdays. So probably maybe the 4th of July they'll open it, but I doubt it. I'm not gonna go on the 4th of July, so I won't know. I haven't went on a Saturday this year at all. I've tried to avoid Saturdays. I only go on Fridays and Sundays usually. I can't really go during the week. But honestly, what would I rate Afterburn? I'm gonna give this ride a 9.5. It's super intense. It's super fun. It's just a great ride. I would say the if you want like a great experience, sit on an inside seat or sit on the far left. The far right will give you some headbanging, but if you can tolerate headbanging, go for it. But honestly, this ride, you're not gonna get headbanging. It's not rough. The only place is gonna be the corkscrew, but that's just every corkscrew. The only corkscrew in this park that's not bad is Copperheads. The Carolina Cyclones corkscrews, ooh, we're not gonna talk about them. But anyway, with the dispatches, they usually average around 4 minutes each dispatch, which is not very good. But they have bins, and people always has a bunch of stuff. They move slower, and it's just like the hard truth. But this ride, if you don't run here first, if you have to, run to Copperhead first. Not because this is a bad ride or anything. This line is always at a 0-minute wait, like always, because it's got such good capacity. 32 people per train, with 2 trains, 64 riders per 2 trains. And so I think it averages around 1,380 people per hour is what RCDB says. I don't know. It's not going to be exact every time because not every train is always a full train. But if the train is a full train, it will. But honestly, give me your thoughts down below. What you think of Afterburn here at Carowinds. In the comments section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.